Just think if I was here 2 months ago, I'd be underwater. People don't realise how deep it gets here. The water is about there. Right about there. Can you imagine me standing here? All this goes underwater. Now, see the house over there? Even it went underwater. Yep, went inside the house. They had to be evacuated. Now, see that big building across over there? That's on the other side of the river. The river's just there behind that big pile of dirt. So there's, look at you can see the pile of dirt there. Look at that, look. There's a tree on top of the shed, look. Oh, mate. Yes, I'm standing down on the main road from Windsor to Wilberforce. Everybody had to wait 2 weeks. So look, it's still drying out. No, we had a bit of rain. I don't think they're going to be using the irrigation pipes so much. But you know the funny thing about irrigation pipes? They don't move during the floods, they just sit there. Aren't they lucky? Right. So why does this flood? Why does a Hawkesbury area flood? All right, let's see if I can find myself a stick and I'll draw you a diagram. Let's see if we can, Mr. Omanoi can teach you something. Righto. Basically, the river's like that. And up here, you got the Gross River, and you got the Nepean River, and then you got the other Nepean River, then you got this Nepean River, and then right here, you got the Warragamba Dam. Now you say, oh yeah, right, okay, how far away is that? Well, okay. This here is 14,000 square kilometres of floodwater, 14,000 square kilometres of floodwater, comes down to Warragamba Dam, comes down here, meets these two, comes down here to Penrith, floods around Penrith like you've seen in my video, and it comes down here to right here, which is right over there. You see there's some cars behind those trees over there. Wait till a car goes down the road. There you go, look. Might see the cars over there. Hang on. Right. So right over there, the river comes from that direction. There you go. Look, there goes the car, right? So what happens is, the water comes down the Hawkesbury, turns right, up here at this road here that goes up to Freeman's Reach. So there's the Windsor Bridge. Right, that's the Windsor Bridge. And then this road here follows that up here up to Terrace Road, which is the big road over there. That's Terrace. That's the Terrace Road over there, that blue, dark blue line, right? So instead of the water, the river cutting straight across here, it's cut its way around the corner. And then what it does, it goes around this bend up here and then comes down here to a lovely town called Sackville. Now right here at Sackville, there's a ferry, because when you come around here by car, you can go there by car, right? You get there by car, right. Right here is one big mountain and there's another big mountain. And this here fills up like a huge, great big bathtub. This whole lot fills up because the water can't get out here. Between this mountain and this mountain is less than from me to that tree. Does it start to make sense now? You look at all this in here, fills up like a big basin. as far as you can see, that tree line. And right over there, that tree line next to the shed, way over the back. All this goes under. Because all that 14,000 square kilometres of catchment, 14,000 square kilometres of catchment on Warrington, the P number 2. Oh, hang on, we forgot about something. The Gross River, which is up here, which is between Katoomba on the Great Western Highway and the Bells Liner Road. And that rounds off up there between Bell and Mount Victoria. So all that mountain range up there, that comes down here down the Gross River. That's the boundary of the Gross River. It's between Bell and Mount Victoria, roughly. Approximately, not perfectly. And then when it all comes down through here, it finally gets through here at Sackville, comes around the corner, and then it meets up down here with the Colo River. And think, my God, how many more rivers? Well, this is it. Well, the Colo River comes from Mudgee, way out over those mountain ranges, 300 kilometres away. Goes all the way down over there. And the Colo River is a sandstone river. What a sandstone river means, there's no dirt like this on it. It's all blue mountain, it's all sandstone mountains, and everything is just sand. So it's lovely and clear and clean. We'll be going over that in this live stream. Anyway, when it meets that, then it comes down here and it goes to Wiseman's Ferry. Well, Wiseman's Ferry then has a river down here called the McDonald River. Is it McDonald or Douglas? McDonald. Can't think. Anyway, Wiseman's Ferry here, which is on the news, there's two big ferries. Big, huge truck ferries go across the river. Well, all Wiseman's Ferry here went underwater till it goes right out here to the ocean at the town obviously called Hawkesbury River, which is where the M1 motorway, and it goes out into the Sydney Harbour, out into the ocean out here. So this is the ocean out here. And that's what it's got to do. It's got to wind its way through. So you've got three great big rivers, 1, 2, 3, round a big loop, gets plogged, then meets up with the Colo, then comes down here to Wiseman's Ferry, gets plogged again, because there's two big mountain ranges either side there again. And that's why the water can't get away. That's why this here goes so far underwater. So anyway, there you go. There's a tree. Quite sure the farmer didn't put it up there. But it's been happening here like this for the last 200 years. The media gets out here, oh, there's a flood, there's a flood. Oh, there's always a flood out here because of the two great big mountains that are in the road. And that's the whole problem. Now we're going to go and I'll show you how far it is until we get off here, the flood zone. We right to go? Oh, right. Somebody's watching. G'day, who we got on the chat? Anyway. So there you go. This is why the Hawkesbury River floods. There was I believe there was a car tyre stuck in top of a tree. Sorry, a truck tyre on a rim stuck on top of a tree up above the road. And they had to get a cherry picker to get it out of the tree. Now, can you imagine the weight of a truck tyre and a big steel rim falling out of a tree and landing on my car? Wouldn't be nothing to me left. Those things weigh 200 kilos, quarter of a tonne. So that just goes to show. Oh, something flashing behind me. Anyway, let's just have a look up here. Just It's interesting. All this here went underwater. See, look, you still see where they've been doing all the cleaning up. That little shed over there. See if I can get over there. I can see if I can. We'll drive in there. The top of that little shed was sticking out. Missed the driveway. I'll go to the next door. Oh, I'll get this cover in my ass. Right. That little tiny shed here in between the trees, you can see it on the news clips. That roof was just barely sticking out. The roof of that little tiny shed. So there you go. Look how deep that is. There's all this here. Yes, this caravan park here was all underwater, and so was the Wilberforce caravan park. Yes, they used to grow crops, vegetables and corn and watermelons and all that down here. Then they gave up because they had several floods in a row that they gave up. And now up here we had the, this is a joke, it's called the Windsor Caravan Park, and it's in the town of Wilberforce. So there we go, look at that. See all that shit? Let's have a look. See all the sea went underwater, way underwater. You can still see this is the little, yeah, they copped a hell of a lot of damage. You can see they've still got the big red skip in down there. They've still got the clock down there, but that's the problem. That's the problem when you get, when you live in these sorts of places. If you want to live down here in the flood zone, that's what happens. I stayed here once for about a week. No, not even a week. I think I lasted about a day actually. I couldn't handle the joint. Now, you notice something about that house over there? He's up on stilts. Way up on stilts. Anyway, let's go up here and have a look. I'll show you how high the floodwater's got to. I remember seeing the guy in the camera, the helicopter with the camera, and they were sitting there and the watermark was right up here. All this here was, obviously here was underwater. It's a dog's enjoying himself. The watermark come right up to here. So there's water, you can see it there in the trees. Well, I could. It come right up to here, to this bus stop. That's how high the floodwater come. So these houses up here, the service station was very lucky. Imagine the man of business he was doing when the floodwater was here. He wouldn't have been doing too much. Right, this is the road that goes down to Sackville. It's the one we were talking about, the floodwaters. Let's have a look. I'll show you the name of the spelling, so if you want to look it up. See, Sackville Ferry, 9 kilometres. So what happens is, where the ferry is, there's two mountain ranges, one either side of the Hawkesbury River. And the water can't get through. It's like that. It just banks up. And that's why all this here goes underwater. Part of that road up there went underwater as well, because that's below the flood limit. Oh, it's a huge flood out here. So this is probably the last time I'll ever do a video on the floods out of Hawkesbury. I'm over 60 now. I've seen 60 floods out here. So, you know, minor floods, major floods, flood storms, washouts, hailstorms. Seen it all. I'm over it. I don't worry about it anymore. You know, people want to get excited over a flood, let them. Anyway, this is Wilberforce. Now, if anybody knows about the name Wilberforce, if I remember correctly, I think he was a general. I think he was one of Governor Macquarie's people or something, Wilberforce. I can't remember. I'll get too old. Anyway, I'm off. I'm going out to see Dave on the Putty Road. Dave, he's the Dave's Thurston's Tables. Go and look him up. D-A-V-E, Thurston, Thurston, Tables, T-A-B-L-E-S. That's his trading name. It's a trading name. And it's a public barbecue area. He cooks you a barbecue and, you know, you go and have what you want. He's a man with the stainless steel statues and everything else. He's got the, yeah, that's why you hear me so well. Look. Yeah, there's our tower. Anyway, he made the stainless steel woman, woo man as he calls it. One side's a woman, the other side's a man. And then he's got the pig and the wombat and the kangaroos and the emu, oh not kangaroo, emu statues made out of steel architecture. He does all that sort of stuff. Yeah, this is the same road I filmed before on a cloudy day. What a difference. Doesn't it make a difference? Oh, look who's here. Ah, is that a blue car back there? Yeah, that's a camera car. He's checks your speed. He's a mongrel. Anyway. Yeah, they're getting sneaky now. They're getting blue cars. They're trying to slow down. Trying to change the colours from being white. Yeah, everybody knows they're out here. Yeah, they all know. Anyway, me, Mr. Humanoid, I'm going to go there for a nice drive. Hey, this here actually used to be a truck stop back in the old days. Let's a quick look at it. This is just a little bit of history in the Hawkesbury area of the floods. This here, now it's turned into a public dumping ground. This is what happens. That used to be the men's toilet right there. And when this used to be the main highway to go to Brisbane, you can see where all the big trucks used to come in. Because it's a bush truck stop, but right on the edge of the metropolitan area. And we used to come out here and, oh mate, there'd be cattle wagons and big Pantecs and everything used to be pulled up in here. And, you know, the caravans and everything be pulled up in here, you know, different times of the day. And like it says over there, have a look how old this sign is. This sign was here when I was a kid. I mean, it just like goes to show, you know, they can take something away. But I mean, like, God, look how old that old truck sign is. Look how old it is. It's faded. Even the white paint's peeled off and it's got the undercoat. Oh, mate, I'm 61. I came out here when I was 17. The loo was there, and you'd be busting to go to the toilet and you go use it because there's no public toilet between here and the halfway house out there where Dave is. So if you left Wilberforce, as you've seen, there was no public toilets except for the service station. And they didn't like giving out the key. Oh, they were funny like that. 20 cents for 5 gallons, yeah. We used to drive up and down the Putty Road every weekend for something to do. Nowadays, it costs you about $60 return. Back in them days, it used to cost you $5 return. And a big difference. Oh well. This is the famous Putty Road, and this is North Wilberforce, and I'm coming into, here's the BP, go Google Earth it. Stanix Park Road and the Putty Road. And believe it or not, when I used to work in the city, that's where I used to live, down there, Stanix Park Road. I used to go to the city every day to go to work back in 1980. So see you later, Mr. Hominoid. Hope you enjoyed that little drive.